Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something pretty incredible together. We're going to take an ancient, deeply mystical text and actually translate it into a highly structured, intensely practical framework for your psychological resilience. So, if you've ever felt completely overwhelmed by your own thoughts, well, you're in exactly the right place. You know that feeling, right? That universal struggle we all call the monkey mind. It's restless, it's endlessly distracted, swinging from anxiety about the future to agonizing regrets about the past, and it almost always lands on 3 a.m. doom scrolling. Today, we're looking at how Lord Hanuman, a central figure in Indian mythology, actually serves as the ultimate ancient remedy for this very modern problem. Here is our agenda for today. 1. The mind's epic battle. 2. Taming the monkey mind. 3. Decoding the Hanuman Chalisa. 4. Mars, Saturn, and Hanuman. And 5. Ancient rituals for resilience. Let's jump right in. Section 1. The mind's epic battle. Demystifying the Ramayana. Let's start by demystifying the Ramayana itself, because this epic, it goes way beyond just a surface-level narrative of gods, demons, and monkeys. It provides a literal master key to understanding human psychology. Every mythological character you encounter perfectly maps to an aspect of your own internal identity and your everyday struggles. It's not just a story about ancient kings, it's a map of your brain. Rama isn't just a prince, he symbolizes the supreme self, the ultimate reality. Sita represents your intellect or buddhi. Lakshmana stands for your sheer willpower. And the villain, Ravana? He's ignorance, those dark, ego-driven forces that cloud our judgment. So, when you read the epic through this lens, the whole plot is actually a profound allegory for the soul's awakening. When Rama breaks Shiva's bow to win Sita, that's the breaking of the ego to unlock higher intelligence. When Sita gets kidnapped and taken to Lanka, that represents your intellect being totally hijacked by ignorance and imprisoned deep in your unconscious mind. And building that massive bridge to Lanka, that is the deliberate cultivation of pure, positive impressions, or Shubha Samskaras, to finally cross over and conquer the deep darkness of the unconscious. Which brings us to Section 2, Taming the Monkey Mind. Enter Hanuman. Okay, so within this chaotic psychological battlefield, we need a focused, unstoppable force to lead the charge. Hanuman is not just a deity in a story. Psychologically, he represents the supreme, laser-focused energy you need to conquer an endlessly distracted monkey mind. He's the hero that bridges the gap between our soul and our hijacked intellect. The crucial takeaway here is that Hanuman embodies Shraddha, which translates to a profound divine faith. The ancient texts describe this faith as something that grows inside us like a mystic tree. When we actively cultivate it, it leads to virya, which is immense spiritual strength, and that ultimately results in prajna, intuitive wisdom. Hanuman is literally the embodiment of the faith that stops your mind from scattering outward into distractions and instead fiercely turns it inward toward focused superconsciousness. Let's look closer at the text. Section 3, Decoding the Hanuman Chalisa, Mystical Verses. Let's move to the actual Hanuman Chalisa. It's a really famous song of 40 verses, and see how its mystical poetry translates into highly actionable insights for daily life. Take this verse. Sukshma Rup Tori Siyahin Dikawa, Bikat Rup Tori Link Jarawa. Literally, this describes Hanuman taking a tiny, incredibly subtle form to sneak into Lanka and find Sita, and then suddenly expanding into a massive, terrifying form to burn the entire demonic city to the ground. Now, this brilliantly illustrates the psychological practice of inner transformation. That subtle form, it represents those quiet, delicate glimpses of superconsciousness we achieve in deep focus or meditation. It's faith operating quietly to locate our lost intellect. But the colossal, terrifying form that burns Lanka, that is the immense active energy required to completely overhaul and destroy our deep-seated negative habits, our impurities, and our unconscious traumas. You literally need both, the quiet insight to find the problem and the massive energy to just burn it away. Here's another incredibly powerful verse, Lai Sajivan Lakanjiai. This verse speaks of the moment when Lakshmana is mortally wounded in battle. Hanuman actually flies to the lofty Himalayas, uproots an entire mountain to bring back a healing herb called the Sanjivani Bhuti, and revives him. Let's translate that back to the battlefield of our minds. Remember, Lakshmana represents our willpower, and he was wounded by a demon named Meghnad, a name that literally means one who roars like a thundering cloud. Meghnad represents our loud, booming ego sense. So whenever your willpower is battered and bruised by the deafening attacks of your own ego, you need Hanuman. You need to utilize divine grace pulled from the absolute highest levels of consciousness to revive your willpower so you can keep fighting the good fight. Zooming out to the cosmos now. Section 4. Mars, Saturn, and Hanuman, the astrological balance. So let's pull back from the internal psychology and explore the practical astrological application of this wisdom in our actual calendars. In Vedic astrology, 2 days of the week are uniquely dedicated to Hanuman, Tuesday and Saturday. And notice the stark contrast here. Tuesday is governed by Mars. It's a fiery, impulsive planet representing courage, aggression, and physical vitality. Left unchecked, Mars energy is angry and super prone to conflict. Saturday, on the other hand, is ruled by Saturn, a heavy, slow planet associated with karma, intense discipline, frustrating delays, and life's absolute hardest lessons. This is where the complete system clicks into place. Hanuman acts as the ultimate balancing fulcrum between these two massive planetary extremes. On Tuesdays, his disciplined devotion calms the excessive, impulsive aggression of Mars, channeling that fire into productive courage. On Saturdays, his unwavering strength neutralizes the harsh, heavy delays and psychological stress of Saturn, offering protection and patience during your toughest phases. He is, quite literally, the ultimate stabilizer. Finally, let's put this to work. Section 5. Ancient Rituals for Resilience, a Modern Weekly Routine. Let's bridge the gap between ancient ritual and modern routine. You can build a highly structured routine for emotional grounding using this exact framework. Step 1. Dedicate your Tuesday mornings, ideally before 9 a.m., to disciplined strength. This is when you tackle your hardest tasks, exercise, and deliberately channel any aggressive, impulsive energy into focused productivity. Step 2. On Saturday evenings, after 6:30 p.m., you completely shift gears. You light a lamp, slow down, and dedicate time to patient reflection. You accept delays and understand that some obstacles are just life's karmic lessons. So, to wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. Take a hard look at your own life right now. Which force is currently ruling your monkey mind? Are you burning up with the impulsive, frustrated, aggressive energy of Mars? Or are you feeling weighed down, isolated, and blocked by the heavy delays of Saturn? Wherever you happen to find yourself, you now have the ancient framework to identify that imbalance and the psychological blueprint of Hanuman to tame your restless mind. Thank you so much for joining me, and keep seeking that balance.